So the title of the sure stems a lot. It stems from gain and the national response and better understanding.
Are they really going to associate this with George Floyd?
That's what it says.
Hold up, we got to put this up in front of my camera, guys. They are really associating this thing with George Floyd's death. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So my main question, and this is from me and my viewers and the other people here in town, we're trying to figure out how this costs more than a 4-bedroom house. So I guess our question is can you help us understand how this costs a little more than $300,000 to build and put here?
When you build a house, you're building one of what we've built millions of. There's only one like this. So everything has to be figured out. It's solid marine grade stainless steel. So this will probably, still be here 10, 25 years, 50, 100 years from now. So some of it is the longevity, the uniqueness, and also the public process, doing the public outreach meetings, the selection process, meeting with the police, all of the process that goes into it, as well as the engineering and then plan submittal.
What was the actual material cost on this?
I don't know offhand. I would say stainless went up while we did this. The material cost is probably about half of it. Those are all handmade glass pieces.
So about half, so about 150 for materials?
Probably, and I would say that actually exceeds the ratio of material cost to total cost for the house. Because the house, the wood and the siding is probably 20-25% of that total cost.
Okay.
More is added in labor.
Yeah, so you're saying that the labor costs on this were about 150?
I'd rather you didn't quote me on actual numbers. I can get you real numbers. I'm here to talk about the art, but if you need budget numbers, I could get those to you.
We would like to see those. The reason is that at a recent city commission meeting, our Prairie Park Nature Center was put on the chopping block over a $300,000 commitment made to it, and this art piece was that money. And that's what a lot of us have a concern about how we're spending $300,000 on a piece of art that, nobody out here is really going to see this. This is on a street that not a lot of people go down. It's not out on a public thoroughway. It's not out on something open.
So the thing about money is it's fungible. Why is this the $300,000 that funded that other very worthwhile project?
Why is this the $300,000?
Yeah, that's basically what you just said.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this cost.
You said you're here to ask me what this cost because you lost a $300,000 other piece of project that I didn't know anything about. So this $300,000 was set aside in 2018, 2019. Mm-hmm. And, just through the pandemic, it's finally getting installed.
Okay.
That's a separate $300,000. I don't see that the two are connected. And I think it's terrible that zoo project is perhaps not being funded, but I don't see the connection to this.
There was enough community outreach that the project at Prairie Park is being funded, but I guess the concerns come from the citizens is about the budget priorities that we have as a community. That's where the concerns are at. And we have a lot of priorities around here that aren't being addressed.
Oh, I think that's a problem. I wouldn't want to say that you should take money away from those other priorities.
I guess my last question would be, how do you feel about the fact that this is a Lawrence community project done by an artist from Arizona when we have, I don't know how many artists that live right here in town?
Well, several of those artists were part of the selection committee and actually helped give me feedback as I developed this. It was also an open call that anyone in the world was welcome to apply to. And so I was actually selected by a committee of Lawrence citizens.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Denise Stone.
Hello, yeah.
I'm the Lawrence Cultural Arts Commission.
Yes. Hi. And I think once it's installed, it belongs to Lawrence.
It's okay. You're off the hook.
Yeah.
I think she's in here to interrupt so that I'll go away and leave you alone.
No, I'm happy
but
to answer
okay.
questions.
That's okay. That's okay. I saw that.
That's what it's about.
I saw that. That's okay. What was your name again?
Oh, do you work for the newspaper?
I'm sorry?
Do you work for the newspaper?
Does it matter?
You could. No, my name is Denise Stone. I'm here to introduce Joe.
That was a nice way to interrupt my conversation with him, Denise. Thank you. Okay. Maybe you should be more self-aware.
You know, I think I should.
Okay.
It's Lorraine Hospital, the new one? No, it was 2 years ago.
Very intuitive.
It's on the outskirts of Chicago.
Oh, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. See, she goes and sits back down now because her mission is accomplished now. Her mission is accomplished. You just became famous, Denise.
And she's introducing.
I love it how every time I show up, they make my video for me.
And you are from where?
My name's Michael. I'm Lawrence Accountability. I'm the guy that questions government officials and keeps them in line.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I think so. Yeah, you can take that, and then you may also have a souvenir glass here. There are 3 different sizes. Nobody else volunteered? Is that right?
Courtney came, but she's got to go to the sister cities.
I over-ordered those sizes, and in the spirit of fiscal accountability, I'm giving them back to the city.
I thought they were handmade, but we over-ordered.
That's my understanding.
So these are made by hand and then annealed. Yeah, so we made the first ones to prototype it at a glass studio in Tucson, and then I found a factory to make more of them because we just couldn't make more.
What size?
Factory.
Yes.
Factory. You just said the answer. They're not handmade, they were factory made. Let's just be honest about stuff, guys. Let's just be honest. They were made in a factory. God, this shit's funny. We can't tell the truth about anything here. So he just got done standing up there saying that all these orbs were made in a factory after he got done telling everybody else they were handmade. And here's what your little orb looks like. So after he tells us that they're handmade, he admits up there that they were made in a factory. Very nice.
Handmade.
In a factory.
Handmade, though.
In a factory.
Yeah, because, well, it takes people to make them. That's what he said. Which is, they're mass producing it by machines. It's
Right.
not somebody, but he was like, it's the same, he said, it's the same thing. It's just in a factory. How is handmade and in a factory the same thing?
It's not.
He's selling his wares.
Yep.
Really pitching this and how phenomenal it is. Which to me, if you have to talk about how phenomenal it is it? It's like with anything in the world. If you have to talk and say how great it is it really that great? Because it should speak for itself.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have to stand here and tell people and da-da-da. It should speak for itself.
Have you heard the comments from the public about this thing?
Oh, God, yeah. That's why I was here, because I was like, this has got to be an uproar.
Well, if I'd have known they were going to have cookies and stuff here, I would have brought a caravan of homeless people out here to eat their cookies. I'm serious. We were planning on
Michael,
doing that.
you're such a bullshitter. You're so funny.
Well, you might see some of my other stuff and not like me so much.
Uh-oh.
Me and those people over there don't get along very well.
In the police department?
No.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. There's a lot of people that share that opinion.
Now, you know, hanging around with me, you're likely to get a bad reputation around here.
I don't care.
Okay, just want to make sure you know.
I wonder who this individual is. Each pair of eyes is based on a photograph of an individual. I wonder who that person is. Why don't we...
Where's the pair of eyes?
Okay, so the title of the through our stems and large... It stems from game and the national response and better understanding.
Are they really going to associate this with George Floyd?
That's what it says.
Hold up, we got to put this up in front of my camera. Guys, they are really associating this thing with George Floyd's death.